So we got the book here. Now, Aunt and I is a comic. I'm going to tell you about it right now. So Aunt and I met in a. We didn't. Well, we just found our. We didn't meet. We were happened to be occupying the same room in a totally abandoned motel called the Hotel Cedars. At one point, I assume it was, kind of a nice place, but since we're talking about the post-apocalyptic era that my comic book takes place in which my comic takes place, post-apocalyptic place where everybody's kind of a loner. Everybody's like really lucky to have survived. Everybody in the comic, Aunt and me. Anyway, back to where we were, the motel at El Cedars. It was completely abandoned, and Aunt was near death in there because she can't, turn the faucet on the sink and get any water, so she was getting all dried up and everything like that because the rains had stopped. And I just happened to be traveling through, and just for the heck of it, even though it wasn't really a hotel anymore, I just thought, for old time's sake, maybe there's a bed in there, right? That's not too filthy. And so in room 24, I lay down on the floor of the bathroom. It was relatively clean because of the cool tiles on the bathroom floor. And there was Aunt look at me right in the eye. Aunt was on the floor, trying to cool off too with the tiles. And there we were, looking at each other with surprise, fear, shock, confusion. And as they say, the rest is history. We hit it off immediately. I mean, this is what I mean. Like the whole crew. Barry the Vulture right here. Tom the Pig right here. See, we're all survivors. I mean, here's Doug's fingers right here. He's out of the frame, enjoying himself immensely. We're all loners because we're survivors. It's like none of us really are the ones you would expect to have survived such a cataclysm as I described. And yet here we are. And so there's a unique kind of come togetherness. There's probably a word for that. In this group of people. I call them all people, even though some are animals, what we call animals, right? They're all people to me. Because that's part of the deal with this post-apocalyptic era, is that Homo sapiens credibility is pretty much shattered at this point. So you're not going to get like a pig or a dog or a donkey or anything like that to really just pay any attention to what you have to say at all. I mean, there's you guys, you had a chance, right? I mean, and they're just like, look around. Look at what you've done. And so I'm just one of the crew. I mean, I happen to be the recorder because I've got opposable thumbs and stuff and know how to use a pen. That's about the only difference. If there's a leader, I would have to say it's Tom. So this is Tom the Pig right here. Pigs are very smart, as you probably know. And this, all of a sudden, my fingernail here has a brown cast to it, because with watercolors, what you put down there is what you got. All right. I've been out in the garden, right? I've been out in the garden, digging in the dirt. All right, so we got the ant over here. We got to do the ant. So we got the ant, me, Barry the Vulture, who, when he left the Vultures, because he didn't like the company, frankly. And this is Edith the dog, Tom the pig, Ant the ant, and here, donkey following us like Mifune in Seven Samurai is Donkey, Dolores the donkey. She wants to join our gang so bad because she's a loner too, out there in the world, scary world of 2025, all by herself. So she shadows us and like hoping that we'll let her join our gang, and of course we will. Of course we will. because she's a darling. I mean, donkeys are just darling, aren't they? Everybody thinks so. Any good sense at all. All right, so maybe I'm you know, I usually, I've been known to work a little bit faster than this, but not today. So our purple, real quick purple for the hand. And it's got some white in there, so it's not quite clear. It's a little bit opaque. Got a little opacity working there. That's fine. And then we're going to do the heads, the stone, the falling down stone heads. That's a big part of the, whatever this world is that I create. These old stone heads, you know, Ozymandias kind of deal. Look upon my works, you know, they're all just corroded, rocky things falling apart over the place. There's one right there. Here's Dolores, like I said. So, and I think we'll do the tree, and then we'll maybe call it good right there. I don't want to get involved. You know, it's like I said, just a few touches of color. Now the brown, we just kind of mix everything in there. We got some green. It's kind of greenish. I know you're gonna go, what is that? It's a green tree. That's what it is. We want it to be a little clearer, so we show all these ants crawling. These are extras in our movie. They don't get any money. They just, you know, they're just like having a great time. I mean, what else would they be doing? You know, gathering in groups of 6 to carry cigarette butts? Of course they're happy to be a extra in our movie, our comic book, for a few hours, however long it takes. All right, I think the green tree's fine. Mr. Green Tree? Yeah, makes sense. All right, I'm going to turn the page now. I think we'll take a break, everybody.